an entire year. Well, this YouTuber is about to find out. Now, his name is Ricard, and Ricard is in his 40s, and he's a tattoo artist living in Philadelphia. And he has a couple of YouTube channels where he posts a lot of videos, mostly of him tattooing people. But one day in 2015, his life changes, and it starts when he gets a really bad urinary tract infection. Like, it's so bad he can barely walk. But unfortunately, he doesn't have health insurance, so he can't go to the doctor to get it looked at, because he can't afford it. Welcome to America. So he goes to his boss at his second job. I guess he has a couple of jobs. And he asks his boss for advice. And his boss recently had a UTI, and he has some leftover antibiotics lying around that he never used. And so he gives these to Ricard. And so about a day later, bam! He starts feeling better, and so he keeps taking them. But then, on the third night, he wakes up and something weird is going on. Everything seems to be shaking like there's an earthquake, but there isn't an earthquake. It's his head, and his spine, and his feet. Something is very wrong. But still, he summons the strength to go to work the next day, and he notices he's getting dizzy and his head feels foggy, plus his body is getting weaker and weaker. And so after work, he calls up his sister, who is some kind of nurse, and he tells her about the antibiotics that he's taking, and she says, yeah, you're taking them
with Uzi Emily. She smells like Uzi Emily.
Weaker and weaker. And so after work, he calls up his sister, who is some kind of nurse, and he tells her about the antibiotics that he's taking, and she says, yeah, you're taking the right stuff that everyone takes. And so he's like, alright, and he keeps taking them, and things continue to get worse. And pretty quickly, he's all messed up. Like his back burns all day and night, it feels like his kidneys are damaged, his joints are in pain, and suddenly he has tinnitus. Something definitely isn't right. But he keeps taking these pills, hoping to get better, and he keeps fighting these intense, painful symptoms. And it's some of the worst pain he's ever felt in his entire life. And after a period of time, he's finished the antibiotics. He's done, and his urinary tract infection seems to be gone. So that's nice. But it's around this time that he realizes he isn't able to sleep anymore. Not like, I barely got any sleep last night, but literally no sleep at all. He just lays there all night with really bad insomnia. And this lack of sleep is making him feel like all day. And if that isn't bad enough, suddenly, boom, his mom gets sick back in Indonesia, where he's originally from. And so he has to take his sick ass and travel there, and he flies from Philadelphia all the way over to Indonesia to see his mom, to spend time with her before she passes. And while he's there, he's finally able to see a doctor to figure out what the hell is wrong with him. And so this doctor checks him over and basically says, yeah, you have insomnia, you need some sleep. And once you sleep, all this other stuff that's wrong with you will start to feel better. And then the doctor prescribes him some sedatives to help knock him out. So then Richard starts taking sedatives. But unfortunately, they don't really work. No matter how many he takes, he's still not sleeping. I mean, if he's lucky, on a good night, he'll get maybe 2 hours if he takes a bunch of them. And if you're like, Ray, why are you telling us this story about a guy who has trouble sleeping? Because here's the thing about not being able to sleep. Long-term sleep deprivation can actually cause you to get sick as your immune system starts failing and your organs slowly shut down. Once your organs start shutting down, you could actually die. So yeah, I mean, it's not very likely, but in theory, not sleeping for long periods of time can actually unalive you. And that is what Ricard seems to be worried about. So anyway, a couple of months pass, and it's now 2016. So Ricard's problem has been going on for a long time. I mean, he's still in Indonesia, and at this point, he's so sick from lack of sleep that he's basically bedridden, and therefore he's trapped there in Indonesia. So what does he do? He starts making YouTube videos again from his bed.
Hi, I'm making this video hoping that some people out there are able to help me.
And he decides to document everything that's going on with him.
So it's been 4 months and my body is deteriorating right now because my immune system is falling from not able to sleep.
And by now, the sedatives that the doctor gave him have completely stopped working, no matter how many he takes. And so Ricard starts begging the internet to help him figure out out what's wrong with him. He even offers to allow doctors to experiment on him to see what's wrong.
Use me as a model, as a guinea pig, because I know I'm gonna fall.
Playing 2 games of chess at the same time.
And so he keeps not sleeping, living in pain, and posting videos trying to document everything that's going
Suck
wrong.
my slut.
And he films himself as he tries to fall asleep, and just as he's almost out, his body will react and like jerk himself away. Even the skin on his face starts to die and flake off, according to him. And you can see the flakes on his videos here. And so Ricard still feels awful. I mean, this chronic insomnia is killing him, and his only goal at this point is to get some proper rest. And he's tried everything. He would give up his own legs just for an uninterrupted nap.
I will give away my 2 legs, 2 legs from my time, cut it, take it as an exchange for sleep, even the 3 hours a day. That's how desperate I am.
And more months go by. And at this point, he's been bedridden in Indonesia for a whole year. And he's still documenting everything. And he's still begging the internet for help.
I cannot sleep anymore. The medicine doesn't work anymore. The sleeping drug is not helping anymore. And it's only causing more damage.
But no matter what he does, there's still no hope. He's starting to give up.
Still looking for an option, but I'm not about to be honest. It's too much everyday torture.
And deep down, he knows his body is giving up on him. So he just lies there in bed, in pain, while his body twitches 50 or so times a day.
Sounds negative, but I wanna die.
But then it gets worse. Because with insomnia like this, of course your body is affected. But eventually, so is your mind. And poor Ricard, he starts going crazy. Like his insomnia has been going on for so long that it's apparently giving him dementia. And it's starting to show. In his videos, all of a sudden, he's talking about things that just don't make sense.
God, in this case, is just a person.
God,
I found out that actually his name is Enki. Came here to this planet before we are exist.
And he's like filming in the dark, rambling about conspiracy theories.
Viruses made by human, made by drugs, designed to fulfill their mission.
Then, at the end of 2016, he posts a YouTube video. And it's really dark, so it's hard to see, but this video is unfortunately his last one. Because his body finally gives out, and he passes away.
Now fucking Marina's pulling on here.
He apparently had what's called fatal insomnia, which is an extremely rare neurological disease. I read that he had a really bad reaction to those antibiotics he took, which is also very rare, but which caused him peripheral neuropathy, which then led him to being in so much pain that he couldn't fall asleep. And his YouTube channel is still up, by the way. And a huge shout out to Leonardo.ai for sponsoring this video. If you want to make really cool art for your videos, or just for your life, like this or like this, then sign up for Leonardo.ai.
Suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. You suck my dick, bitch. Suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. Suck my fucking dick. Son of a bitch. God damn it.
Today we'll be discussing a handful of influencers who seemed rich and flawless on the For You page, only to be secretly thieves, frauds, and scumbags behind the scenes. This is social media influencer Marlena Velez. She's really got it all. Luxury apartment, stunning looks, high-dollar outfits, lavish vacations, and a loving Marlena Velez. She's really got it all. Luxury apartment, stunning looks, high-dollar outfits, lavish vacations, and a loving family. Oh, and a whole lot of talent.
I just don't have the energy for this. I am unsubscribing from this drama.
Despite her seemingly perfect life displayed on Instagram, this girl has made some mistakes over the years, to put it lightly. In 2019, when she was 17 years old, the girl was arrested on Grand Theft Auto charges for stealing her best friend's vehicle and wrecking it. She was arrested several years later for shoplifting at a Walmart, reportedly stealing $63 worth of kitchen-related items. But hey, no need to bring up old demons, right? I'm sure she's learned her lesson. Right? Around the time of COVID, Marlena's TikTok page blew up. She made a slew of videos showcasing her life as a stay-at-home mom, though a good deal of this content is essentially her just showing her talent off and putting on outfits of the day and
Wow, she had a spit on it there.
talent off and putting on outfits
Man, look at that spit on
of the day and, doing these daily routine style videos. These videos became popular with male gooners and women who wanted to live vicariously through her seemingly perfect mom life. Though for the purposes of today's story, we're almost exclusively interested in her shopping haul content. These shopping haul-style videos often involved her going to a nearby Target location, filling her cart with various items ranging from baby products to clothes and various other high-price tag kitchen appliances as well. Essentially playing into the whole, hey guys, I live a perfect stay-at-home mom life, don't you wish you were me? Watch my videos! Worship me, damn it! Then in other videos, she would show herself trying on the clothes that she got from Target, making even more content with these items. This is pretty standard, wealthy female beauty-leaning influencer type of stuff. With the exception of one thing, despite seemingly being well off financially, this crazy-ass woman was actually stealing the shit from Target, not buying it. You see, in 2024, Marlena had started going to shopping outlets like Target, and when nobody was looking, she'd swap out the barcodes of the more expensive items, replacing them with those of cheaper ones. She'd then go to self-checkout and get the bargain of a lifetime, a self-imposed clearance sale, if you will. And you know what? I personally don't give a fuck if any of you guys go out and do this, but definitely don't be acting like some perfect mommy on TikTok and be stealing shit behind the scenes. That's not how that works, homegirl. The woman's actions finally caught up to her on October 30th of 2024, when Cape Coral, Florida police were called to the Target on Pine Island Road to investigate a theft report from Target's loss prevention team. When they checked the surveillance footage, they indeed noted an unidentified woman sketchily swapping barcodes out at the self-checkout. The person making away with close to $500 in Target goodies. At the time, the thief's identity was unknown. The Cape Coral Police Department spokesman at the time, the thief's identity was unknown. The Cape Coral Police Department spokesman commented, 16 items of miscellaneous household goods and Target goodies. At the time, the thief's identity was unknown. The Cape Coral Police Department spokesman commented, 16 items of miscellaneous household goods and clothing were stolen. The total loss of the stolen items was valued at $500.32. Our officers verified this with Target security cameras. Police shared the photo of the unknown woman to social media, asking the public to help in identifying the thief. Spokesman commented, 16 items of miscellaneous household goods and clothing were stolen. The total loss of the stolen items was valued at $500.32. Our officers verified this with Target security cameras. Police shared the photo of the unknown woman to social media, asking the public to help in identifying the thief. They estimated the culprit to have been between the ages of 20 and 35, describing her as having long black hair, wearing a tan shirt, tan pants, and glasses. While initially Sniper Wolf was suspected, police eventually found a stronger lead. Later, cops received an anonymous tip that identified the woman as none other than Mom Talk Extraordinaire Marlena Velez. The tips were shared with police, the girl's social media, and investigators found one piece of content on the page interesting to say the least. After scrolling through the talented woman's page for some time, they stumbled across a TikTok video that actually documented a Target trip, the foray taking place on October 30th. The same day of the theft report. Police used the items in this video and cross-referenced them with the ones stolen from Target. And well, what do you know, they matched up. She could also be seen wearing the exact same outfit that the thief in the surveillance footage had on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
On November 21st, 2024, Marlena would be arrested and charged with petty theft. She was quickly let out on bail. Quite the unexpected turn of events. So what did this lady have to say about all of this? On the day that she was released from jail, Marlena uploaded a TikTok where she essentially clickbaited her fans, making it seem like she was about to talk about the ordeal. But it was more or less a cheeky video where she just applies makeup and trolls the viewer. She even has a photo of her mugshot lingering in the background, so it was very much intentionally a joke. Even has more or less a cheeky video where she just applies makeup and trolls the viewer. She even has a photo of her mugshot lingering in the background, so it was very much intentionally a joke. Good one. That's right, on top of being extremely talented, she had a sense of humor as well. A class act. In the description of this video, however, the Target barcode bandit does briefly address the incident, asking her followers to withhold judgment. Quote, while there will be a time to discuss my wrongings, now is not that moment, and it doesn't mean I don't want to speak on it or take accountability for my actions. It means everything is still being dealt with in court. So I just ask, please respect that. I also want to be clear that this doesn't define who I am, and it doesn't reflect the person I strive to be. I do believe that we all make mistakes, and it's how we learn and grow from them that matters. Now, if I'm being honest, this is actually a pretty reasonable statement and action plan from Marlena. It signals that she acknowledges what she did was wrong, while also being smart legally and withholding detailed comments until the court stuff is sorted out. But all of this public relations maneuvering from Marlena would be in vain, as this kleptomaniac content creator was about to be right back in jail, as receipts of previously unknown thefts would come to haunt her. That's right, she got caught again. On November 30th, 2024, police were called to meet with Target's loss prevention team yet again. The team had suspicions that Marlena was a serial thief of sorts, and believed they had evidence that she had actually stolen from them on more occasions than just the October 30th incident. Police were shown surveillance footage by the loss prevention team from the date of November 20th, just the day before Marlena's arrest for the October incident. And the footage showed a woman that looked very much like her swapping out barcodes at the self-checkout. The woman with the family that looked very much like Marlena's family.
But you can actually see Velez has something in her hand that she's holding underneath the closed scan. It's very obvious, and we can slow it down so you can see. She does it over and over again. Truthfully, she's not even that slick about it.
The individual believed to be Marlena had stolen 16 items on this day, ranging from household goods to clothes, valued at around $225. Police were eventually able to identify this thief as Marlena after cross-referencing her Instagram account and using a photo there to match Marlena's cell phone wallpaper with wallpaper seen on the phone of the culprit in the surveillance footage. And it matched. Looks like Marlena was a bit more involved in stealing from Target than what paper with wallpaper seen on the phone of the culprit in the surveillance footage. And it matched. With wallpaper seen on the photo there to match Marlena's cell phone wallpaper with wallpaper seen on the phone of the culprit in the surveillance footage. And it matched. Looks like Marlena was a bit more involved in stealing from Target than what was initially thought. She was promptly rearrested.
talk to you in a second. All right, just give us a sec. Just give us a sec.
Well, this is what I told you. Oh, Sydney.
The woman got hit again and was charged with petty theft, later being released on a $500 bond. On March 4th, 2025, the frugal female influencer would plead no contest to her 2 charges of petty theft, and a week later, on March 13th, she'd be sentenced to 12 months of probation, which will run concurrently for both of her cases. As of April 29th, 2025, Marlena still posts frequently to TikTok, and her comments are rather supportive, if I'm being honest. Love to see you standing strong while going through so much scrutiny. This is how you pick up the pieces and keep moving, people. Love this comment. Thank you so much. Yes, queen. Keep up that growth.
Next, we'll be discussing a seemingly well-off influencer who is secretly making her money by way of an elaborate identity theft scheme. Influencer who is secretly making her money by way of an elaborate identity theft scheme. And while we're on the topic, you know right now your full name, email, phone number, home address, and date of birth are likely floating around on the internet? I mean, just Google your name. You'll be surprised at what you might find about yourself. And you have opportunistic data brokers to thank for that being on the internet. Today's sponsor, Incogni, can help find that information and remove it from the web for good. Incogni does the hard work for you, tracking down the data brokers who have your info online and submitting information removal requests on your behalf. When signing up for Incogni, I was shocked to find how much of my personally identifying info was just floating around. Incogni indicated 245 instances of my personally identifying information on the web, and they sent requests to take down each occurrence. Within a few days, they got my data off the internet for good, and many of the data brokers were compelled to add me to a suppression list, meaning that they wouldn't be able to get my info in the future. Guys, I'm telling you, you will be stunned when you do your first Incogni scan and see what's online about you. So take back your personal data with Incogni. You guys can click the link below in the description and use code WavyWebSurf for checkout to get 60% off an annual plan. Now, with that said, let's get back to these idiot influencers. Our next social media starlet of questionable trustworthiness is Danielle Miller. Along with being an influencer, she's probably one of the most notorious con artists in internet history. With an elaborate illegal money-making scheme involving identity theft coming to light in recent years.
Tonight, the flashy and lavish lifestyle of a social media influencer helping to put her behind bars. Danielle Miller pleading guilty to a $1.5 million fraud scheme.
Danielle's existence online is a bit of a chaotic mess that needs some exposition. She grew up very wealthy in New York City, near Central Park in fact. Her parents were stupid rich. She was put in prestigious schools growing up and was eating from a silver spoon pretty much since the moment she left the womb. All of this privilege, though, would be something she came to detest. As she entered her teenage years, she grew rebellious, which brings us to the start of her career as an influencer. Danielle's plunge into social media fame is truly bizarre and disgusting, if I'm being honest. When she was 13 years old, all the way back in 2004, Danielle sent a video to her school crush over AOL Instant Messenger. That video apparently showcasing the girl performing obscene acts with a Swiffer mop.
I sent them to one person. At that age at my school it's not large, so everybody knows everybody, like everybody's friends with everybody because we literally have grown up with one another. Like, it wasn't me sending this video out to everyone. I sent it to this one boy. He sent it to my then best friend, a girl, trying to like persuade her into
sending one too.
Making a video like that, being like, oh, Danielle's cool, like she did this, like. But instead of her doing that, she decided to like send it to the whole 8th grade, who sent it to the whole 9th grade, who sent it to 10th, 11th, 12th, and then all of their camp friends, and then all of Dalton and Collegiate and Browning, every single private school, every single school in the city got their hands on this through like word of mouth and email and AIM.
Unfortunately for Danielle, this video ended up getting leaked by the boys she sent it to, and it spread around the internet. You had disgusting creeps, freaks, and pedophiles downloading it from sites like LimeWire and Kazaa and gawking over what was essentially CSAM. Guys, I'm sorry, the 2004 excuse doesn't cut it here. What the fuck were y'all thinking downloading this?
Right to jail, right away.
The notoriety garnered from this incident would earn Danielle a mocking nickname. That be
Do what?
Your dental appointment's tomorrow.
Okay, what time?
2 o'clock. We have to leave at 1:30. Okay.
Thank you.
We're filling, so you didn't need to take your plaques off.
Swiffer girl. The gross situation essentially being the sole reason why she became known on social media initially. Quite twisted if I do say so myself. While initially shocking and distressing, Danielle, growing rebellious of her rather stuffy upbringing and wanting to act out, said fuck it, and eventually started to lean into the bad reputation she had established with the inadvertent spread of the Swiffer Girl video, basically becoming a niche, raunchy e-celebrity known for starting trouble and later in college becoming a party animal. After college, Danielle moved to Los Angeles and joined a small clique of Hollywood socialites. It's here that her nature as a capable con artist would become apparent. Infiltrating these wealthy socialite groups, she would earn their trust, then fleece them out of large sums of cash, usually by doing something as simple as stealing a checkbook and issuing fake checks with a forged signature. Infinite money glitch, am I right? I mean, as a matter of fact, why am I even making these videos? Why are you guys going them out of large sums of cash? Usually by doing something as simple as stealing a checkbook and issuing fake checks with a forged signature. Infinite money glitch, am I right? I mean, as a matter of fact, why am I even making these videos? Why are you guys going to work? Who's got a rich friend and a checkbook? Let's ball out. This would be her gambit going forward, networking her way into exclusive upper-crust social circles and then swindle the wealthy in these groups for whatever she could. In a way, I could kind of see this as her spiting the groups of people that she came up around, you know, like she thinks the rich are stupid and she wants to get back at them because she thinks they're all fucking stuck-up idiots or something. Danielle eventually made her way back home to New York in 2016. A seasoned con artist at this point, she'd work her magic on the many stuck-up trust fund art kids and airheaded socialites that pepper the city, befriending them, stealing their credit cards, checks, etc., and then would use the money to book appointments at luxury beauty salons. And of course, she would purchase high-dollar products and clothing with this money. Much of this stuff she would wear on her growing Instagram page. Sometimes Danielle would even get caught stealing from these people, and she would be arrested a few times related to these schemes, usually just spending a night in jail before getting bailed out by her parents. Due to the missing of some court hearings and a collection of other antics, she eventually had to spend a year in prison at Rikers Island. Most of her time spent there, she just learned more from scammers and con artists that were locked up with her. And after she got out of prison in 2019, that's when the real fun started. About a year after her release, COVID hits, and the government starts issuing these small business loans and unemployment benefits to just about anyone who applies. Swiffer Girl saw an opportunity. It's time to steal some identities and defraud the government. Using the internet, Danielle managed to hack into the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles and use the information found on there to steal people's identities. She would then use these identities to apply for PPP loans and unemployment, and was almost always granted these benefits and loans. In total, defraud the government. Using the internet, Danielle managed to hack into the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles and use the information found on there to steal people's identities. She would then use these identities to apply for PPP loans and unemployment, and was almost always granted these benefits and loans. In total, Danielle collected over $1.2 million in pandemic relief loans that she would then use to sustain her lavish lifestyle, riding on private jets, booking expensive hotel rooms and luxury apartments. And most of the time she's booking and buying all this stuff using other people's identities too, so it's like in their name. she's booking and buying all the hotel rooms and luxury apartments. And most of the time she's booking and buying all this stuff using other people's apartments. And most of the time she's booking and buying all this stuff using other people's identities too, so it's like in their names. And all of this lavish luxury stuff is showcased on her social media career, making it appear as if she was some kind of successful fashionista or entertainment mogul. Little did people know she was a complete fraud. In May of 2021, with many scammers and fraudsters running rampant during COVID, the U.S. Attorney General's office would establish the COVID-19 Fraud Task Force as a way to combat fraud epidemic that was running roughshod. Everybody and their fucking mom was getting a PPP loan at this time. It was crazy. And it wouldn't be before long until Danielle, one of the biggest abusers, was discovered. The same month that the task force was established, our career con artist would be caught red-handed in Miami as she was attempting to withdraw $8,000 from a Chase bank while using someone else's identity. The woman is quoted as saying, "Fuck." While searching her belongings, authorities found 3 Illinois driver's licenses with different names featuring Miller's own photo, along with credit cards to boot and $25,000 in cash. During her interrogation, she tried to act like she was somebody else, trying to imply that she must have been a victim of identity fraud.
"Danielle, we know it's you. The ID's fake. You got 14 different cards in your purse."
My name is Chris. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Though they later confirmed without a shadow of a doubt who she was, taking her fingerprints and confirming that she was Danielle Miller. Danielle was taken to jail not long after. The feds would later raid her Miami-based apartment. There, authorities found a Rolex watch, a Dior blouse and shoes, a Louis Vuitton bag, and an expensive piece of Rimowa luggage. They also seized more than $4,000 in cash and nearly $28,000 in money orders, along with several fake IDs with bank cards to match. Authorities allege the woman had also recently gotten an expensive BBL surgery. After learning about her theft, surgeons sucked the fat back out of her butt cheeks, reversing the procedure. She faced charges in multiple states, including Florida and Massachusetts, the latter being where a majority of her victims resided. On March 6, 2023, in Boston, Massachusetts, Danielle pled guilty to 3 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of aggravated theft. She gotten an expensive BBL surgery. After learning about her theft, surgeons sucked the fat back out of her butt cheeks, reversing the procedure. She faced charges in multiple states, including Florida and Massachusetts, the latter being where a majority of her victims resided. On March 6, 2023, in Boston, Massachusetts, Danielle pled guilty to 3 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of aggravated theft. And on September 7, 2023, she was sentenced to serve 5 years in prison, along with 3 years of supervised release. The government garnished wages of over $600,000 from Miller and ordered her to relinquish her designer items, which included the Rolex watch, the bags, Dior blouse, etc. Along with her supervised release, she will also be forced to pay restitutions to the victims that she defrauded. From being Swiffer Girl to a COVID-era con artist, Danielle has had a truly wild arc. Hopefully she's satisfied that rebellious hunger formed during her teen years and can come out of prison and just be a legit influencer. Yeah, if you ever see her around, make sure you keep an eye on your wallet or your purse because she may relapse. Influencer-ran fundraisers have garnered something of a dubious reputation in recent years, with many high-profile examples of mismanagement being exposed. My advice to you, don't donate to an influencer. Just donate your money directly to the charity if you want to contribute, for Christ's sake. Most of these influencers are complete fucking idiots. These guys can barely even pay their taxes. Next, we'll be discussing a rather bizarre influencer charity fraud case involving a TikToker who collected money under the ruse of helping domestic violence victims, only to allegedly use this cash hoard as a personal slush fund.
I did this. I did this.
Yes, people donated money to this person.
I am officially a 501c3. nonprofit organization.
Meet 57-year-old Amy Downs of Athens, Alabama. On TikTok, she's known as Slot 7.0 and Slot Machine Queen. The woman, who looks like she smoked a few Camel Crushes in her day, is a retired hairdresser and apparent former slot machine gambler turned social media influencer. Slot garnered over 100,000 followers in the early 2020s off platforming victims of domestic violence and posting unironic boomer cringe videos like this.
If you're out there betting against me, let's see about getting a refund.
Much of her social media success was inherently related to the insane amount of money she was able to raise in the name of stopping DV. Her wildly successful fundraising campaign efforts began in 2021, with Slot accepting donations to a supposed charity organization in her name that was supposed to help DV victims and the homeless. People from around the world rallied behind Amy, donating what they could, and soon she had accumulated a substantial hoard of cash. Reportedly over $1 million in total, which was donated directly to her through apps like PayPal and Venmo. In the process of all of this fundraising, Slot became a star, her community basically becoming a collection of domestic violence victims who interacted and made videos amongst each other, with her as the central figure that they all orbited. This is just an example of one of the group calls she had with her community to give you an idea of what this region of TikTok is like.
I'm here if you need me, okay?
He's in battle! Hi!
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, everybody! Hi!
Hi, Brandon wanted to talk to you. I appreciate you coming in here.
Really?
She's
You want to talk to me?
She's cute.
Yes, ma'am.
Dude,
You want to talk to me, Brandon?
I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time, girl.
You know, I consider myself pretty well versed when it comes to online communities, but
Rescued. No. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'll put your goddamn black ass. Even if it is white. Now, I ain't talking Joseph Stalin either. I'm talking about Stalin. Come on, you slant-eyed slut.
If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $10 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.
What's up, guys? The sponsor of this video is Red Pill Threads. Very easy sponsor to work with because I can't wait to wear the shirts myself. They're coming to the mail with me as I'm making this. Be sure to check out their stuff. Grassroots company, you're supporting small business, but check out their awesome designs they have for people of all views. Check out their Doe 36 shirt. I think a very creative thing. Poking fun at Bill Clinton for being on the Epstein's client list. Check out many of their other designs, Horn Pop and all of that. Super cool stuff. I can't wait to wear them in the videos, and use the promo code POACHERS for 10% off your order. Get you a discount on it and get you some awesome shirts for you and the whole family. Very well made and made by someone you can trust. So without further ado, get you a shirt and let's get into the video. This channel is a group of investigative journalists who make educational documentaries showcasing educating society, especially parents and legal guardians, about potential scenarios that result from young people and adults conversating online if left unchecked. We conduct thorough interviews with consenting adults in an attempt to understand their perspective on why they partake in these conversations online with people that are not of age. The goal of the interviews in these videos and the videos themselves is to gain an understanding of the perspective of the individual being interviewed, so parents and the rest of society can be educated and aware of potential thought processes and desires of adults online to unsupervised persons not of age. These videos are not to cyberbully, harass, degrade, accuse, or threaten any individuals partaking in the interview process or in the video itself. We do not condone any of these actions. These videos are strictly educational, and we grant full permission for academia, which is any classroom setting or scholarly papers, to show or cite our videos. To ensure that these videos are strictly used for educational purposes, we strictly adhere to YouTube's community guidelines, such as not revealing someone's personally identifiable information, in other words, PII. YouTube defines personally identifiable information as their home address, email addresses, signing credentials, phone numbers, passport number, medical records, or bank account information. We thoroughly look at and edit our videos to ensure that none of this information about any individual is shown in our videos. To ensure extra privacy for each person as a subject of an interview in any of our videos, as of September 1st, 2022, to thoroughly comply with YouTube's harassment and bullying policy, there will be no mention or information about the last name or first name of any person interviewed interview and videos. Due to potentially illegal activities discussed in our videos, law enforcement in the respective jurisdiction we conduct interviews in is notified of each interview and video filmed by us. We are not accusing any individual interview of being guilty or committing a crime. That is the job of law enforcement. We are not vigilantes, and we do not condone vigilantism or vigilante behavior, such as taking the law into your own hand or not notifying law enforcement when suspected crime takes place. We are investigative journalists. Trigger warning. Some of what we discuss in these videos can be sensitive to some, emotional, or stressful. Only goal of these videos is to educate the public. At the end of each video, as of September 1st, 2022, there will be an educational portion at the end to discuss what was talked about in the video and discuss what people can take from that video and learn from and tell others about. Our goal here is to bring awareness and educate the public. Now the video will start.
Talk the goddamn game, you son of a bitch.
Alright, sounds good, man. Yeah, we can just go to the front here after you. Feet are bigger than the stairs. Well, my name is Gordon. Sorry to meet you like this.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. What do you do for work?
Honestly, right now, nothing. I'm a single dad.
Okay.
So I'm just staying with my mom and brother until I can find a job.
Yeah.
So.
What happened with the mom?
She moved to California to be with some other guy.
Well, I can't blame her for leaving New Jersey. That sucks for her to leave you like that.
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry about that, dude. You managing okay, or?
Huh?
Managing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you kind of know what I'm here to talk to you about?
No.
Okay. Mind if I sit here?
Go for it.
Thanks. If I break your chair, I'll comp the $3 from the lawn center. Okay, so it's about this lady named Ariel on Facebook. What can you kind of tell me about her?
Never heard of anybody named Ariel.
Okay. Well, what can you kind of remember about her? Like, what can ring a bell?
I'm not really on Facebook anymore, so I don't know.
Okay. So it's the Hispanic chick that was talking to you this month. You ended up blocking her. You're a smart guy.
I'm trying to think. I've blocked a lot of people within the past week. If I'm being honest, my Facebook got hacked a couple months ago.
Oh,
so
shit.
I've been finding messages on Messenger that I've never known about. So I've been blocking a lot of people.
Okay.
So yeah.
Who do you think was hacking you?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I've gone through like 5 different Facebooks already.
Got it. By the way, it's voluntary to talk to me, but I think we should. I just want to go over this with you. I know you're a single dad stuff and try to get shit together. Okay, so at any point, was this one of your Facebooks here?
That was my most recent one. That's the one that I'm working on trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Okay, so are you from Easton, PA originally?
Yes.
Okay. What brought you here?
I wasn't doing so well in their school system with how my dad's being, with how my dad used to be. He used to be a drunk.
Okay.
So I moved in with my mom to graduate from out this way.
Got it, man. All right, cool. Well, so here I have these messages from your profile and a lady named Ariel. About when did you get hacked on Facebook?
I'd say probably like beginning of March.
Beginning of March, okay.
Yeah.
So you have access to it, but you just noticed a hacker's also into Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So,
I said the same goddamn
do you have like a
thing.
bone to pick with anybody? Is there anybody that's kind of out to get you or anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Well, maybe one of my exes, but she doesn't know anything about my Facebook.
Okay. Would she have, so you wouldn't have given her a password or anything?
No.
Okay. Anybody you've given your password to?
No.
Okay. Are you like famous or anything? Are you like a known person?
I wish.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I wish. I wouldn't be living here if I was.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so I have a message here saying, hey. She said, hey, I'm Ariel. And on your end, it said, where are you from? She said, New Jersey, how about you? You say, what city? She said, okay. Blah, 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 blah. She said, hey, I'm Ariel. And on your end, it said, where are you from? She said, New Jersey, how about you? You say, what city? She said, okay. Blah, 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 blah. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay. So nobody has like a bone to pick with you or anything? Like nobody's really out to get you or anything like that you know of?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Okay. Do you have, on your Facebook, do you have like your date of birth or do you have like, you know, anything about you on there? Or?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Do you remember putting in like a date of birth on your Facebook?
I remember putting one in so that I can make.
Yeah, but do you remember like displaying it publicly for the world to see?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. About how long ago did you move out here to New Jersey?
Say like 5-6 years ago.
Okay, got it. You and your brother get along well?
Oh yeah.
Okay, nice. He's, I guess, letting you stay over. What does he do for work? Just curious.
He's damn it. He works at Home Depot.
Cool. It's not bad. So yeah, I have some messages here between Ariel and you, and so the reason I'm talking to you is because there was some flirtatious stuff said between the two of you guys. So this profile you said you have access to mentioned that you live in New Jersey. What are some of the messages you've seen some of these hackers like say?
Well, I haven't seen. I don't remember what whoever hacked my profile said, but I remember people asking me to like buy their nudes and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but that seems people messaging you. That's not you getting hacked.
Well, they're messaging me, and then they're getting messages from me that I don't remember sending.
Okay, so these people are saying buy my nudes. Are some of them by chance like a little bit under 18?
I honestly have no clue. They could be. They may not be. I don't know. I block them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So let me ask you this: do you remember just blocking an account named Ariel?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't.
What can you kind of remember about blocking her and maybe why you blocked her?
Well, I've noticed that there were like messages about like sexual stuff.
Okay.
So from there I just blocked her.
Okay, so now you kind of remember who Ariel is now that you blocked her?
Kind of. I don't remember the name or anything. I just remember the messages.
Okay. So, because I didn't mention sexual stuff one time, I just said a little bit flirtatious. But you kind of remember now that there was an Ariel that there was kind of some sexual messages with?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Is there anything else about Ariel that maybe you think I'd be here to talk to you about? Okay.
Yes!
But you just remember there were some inappropriate things said between the two of you guys. Okay, fair enough. So, Adam, I'm gonna let you know, man. Do you have like a VPN on your phone or anything?
I don't trust the VPN app.
Yeah, no, they're all the apps. All the app ones aren't real anyway. They all suck. But I put your name into something called. It's not anything, you know. It's not some hacker or anything like that. It's literally just you can buy $20 a month, and it kind of, digs up info on people. You are in Easton, PA. That's where you live. Obviously, you don't live there, but that's what it says, right? Sometimes it's wrong.
So you gave this address right here on. No hacker would give that. No hacker would know that.
I don't remember giving my address to anyone.
Adam. No hacker would give that out, okay? You mentioned you're a single dad, so it makes sense that you may be a little... You mentioned here you're too lonely and that you just want to cuddle with somebody. I get that, okay? All right. And your first message here, where we said, hey... Oops, sorry. Where we said, hey... You talk to a lot of people on Facebook or try to. I'm not saying they're all even younger. I'm just saying you talk to adults, younger people. You just talk to anybody. You're lonely. Okay? This is... So you mentioned you got hacked in March. I wanted to ask you that because I have messages from you going back to June of last year, okay? And I'm not saying message to Ariel, that's June of this year. But I messaged you going back to June of last year. And almost every single opening line you say is, hey, hey. So that's before you got hacked. Okay? That's how you say hi to people. I say, yo, or what's up. I kind of say the same. But this right here can't be a hacker, because a hacker, sure, they may be able to get into your account, but they won't know your speech patterns, they won't know your exact address. You mentioned you're not famous. Nobody gives a about you, Adam. I do, but no guy in Nigeria is like, they want people with money. They want old people with money. They don't care about the guy who's struggling, trying to get by in New Jersey, who's 23, okay?
God damn it.
So, you're young enough that I think we can get this addressed just with a conversation, okay? But in order for us to get it addressed, let's just start over. Let's just be honest about it, okay? Because there's a total difference. You're a father. You're the only one stepping up for your kid. Your baby mom is, trying to live the California life, okay? So, in my book, you're a lot better than she is. But let's kind of start from the top. What kind of happened with Ariel, all right?
I don't know.
Okay, why did it happen?
I have no clue who she is.
Okay, did y'all ever meet in person?
No.
Okay, how did y'all meet how did y'all meet online then?
I don't remember anything about her. Except for what you're showing me right now and what I said that I've seen.
Okay, but let's not, you mentioned you don't have a VPN. We also, the messages came from, they all came from your phone. This wasn't some hacker coming into your phone. Was there any other apps hacked besides Facebook?
I've had an Instagram that was connected to it that got hacked.
Okay, but your actual phone number at all, any text messaging? Okay, alright, so you have your number on your Facebook connected to it, and if your phone number got hacked, there's a possibility your Facebook could have, but your phone number never got hacked, so therefore, any hacker sending this, it crosses out that possibility there, okay? And I think the reason you blocked her is because, maybe you realized that maybe you said something a little bit too far and you did the right thing and blocked her, okay? So I'm talking to you for that reason, because you actually did the right thing, okay? But, I'm not here to waste your time. I hope you're not here to waste mine. I respect you too much. I respect fathers who are stepping up for their kids too much to waste their time, okay? So, one thing I'm not going to do is argue with you about whether you sent these messages or not, whether she sent them or not. That's disrespectful to you, and it would be disrespectful for me to say you didn't send them, okay? Because I didn't come here because I'm trying to figure out who sent the messages. I came here because I knew who sent them, okay? Because I didn't come here because I'm trying to figure out who sent the messages. I came here because I knew who sent the messages. I'm trying to figure out why they were sent, you know what I mean? We're past that point of who sent them. It's about whether you sent these messages or not, whether she sent them or not. That's disrespectful to you, and it would be disrespectful for me to say you didn't send them, okay? Because I didn't come here because I'm trying to figure out who sent the messages. I came here because I knew who sent the messages. I'm trying to figure out why they were sent, you know what I mean? We're past that point of who sent them. It's your name, your face, your personal info. It's just too obvious, right? And you mentioned no other apps have been hacked, right? So you mentioned Telegram on here too. Never said that.
I don't have a Telegram.
We put your phone number in. We see you have one, okay?
I don't.
Adam, it's fine, okay? I'm just saying it would be no different with Snapchat or anything else. So let's kind of start with this. Did she friend you first, or did you just find her and friend her?
I don't know.
Okay, were you looking for someone like her, or did she just kind of find you, or?
I've added people on all of my social media just trying to find friends.
Yeah.
So I don't know a lot about anybody.
Okay, so this isn't somebody who you wanted to go meet or anything? Okay. What are some of the things that she talked about with you?
I don't know.
Okay, what can you remember?
All I can remember is what I've said.
Is that there was some stuff
some stuff said and I blocked it.
Okay, fair enough. Seems like she tried calling you on the phone one time.
I have my phone on silent all the time, so
okay.
I don't know.
Yep, fair enough. Adam, I do want to give you another chance, man, because I do like you as a person. I know you're trying to make it, okay? That call's recorded if they're on the phone with you, alright? You're not Eminem with a bunch of little and all that stuff, or you're not some pimp, alright? Nor do I think you'd ever want to be that. But we have that call with her calling you recorded, okay? So it's not the end of the world because you did the right thing and blocked, but I just want to make sure you're too young to be falling into this stuff, okay? I want to make sure this never happens again. So part of that is figuring out why it happened, if it'll ever happen again. And right now we don't have either of those answers, but you know, there's right answers and there's wrong answers to that. You know what I mean? You know, if it was truly an I don't know, I mean, I think what it tells me is that this is a pattern for you, that I don't know. Maybe there's just so many younger ladies that it's just too much to even remember. I don't think that's the case, though. I don't think you're out there just clicking on young profiles trying to message them. I don't think that's you. Let me ask this: was there anybody else besides Ariel that was a younger lady under 18 that messaged you?
Not that I know of.
Okay, she's the only one, honestly. Okay.
If I'm not being honest, as far as I can remember, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, to me, so it says here, she said she was 8 years old.
8?
What age do you remember?
I don't remember any age being said. I'm just being honest. I don't remember any age being said.
Okay. Looks here, she said she was 12. Okay. Adam, you see how when I said she was 8, you're like, oh, what the f? But then when I said she was 12, you're like, see how the reactions are different? Because to the truth, you're kind of silent. To when I'm just you, it's a totally like, oh, no, wait, you're right. She never said she was 8. She did say she was 12, all right? And I have a message here of you reiterating that. You said here, you're 12 years old, but you look 18.
I don't remember any of that.
Okay. Was she ever suggested to you, like, because I don't think people like her should even be online in the first place, okay?
I don't know.
Okay. So, you do remember there was some sexual stuff said between the two of you?
I remember some stuff being said. I don't remember what it was.
Okay. Well, kind of what I want to know is, cause, you know, there's a far cry of like, you know, some people are into like the bondage stuff. Then some people are just kind of like, you know, just say flirty things, you know what I mean? So what was kind of said from her to you or you to her? Like, was it crazy like that? Was it kind of like light stuff? Like,
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, what do you think could have been said?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I just.
Yeah, I know it's hard to talk about, dude, but I'm not here to judge about this because if this is a once in a blue moon
thing, I just.
Yeah, I know it's hard to talk about, dude, but I'm not here to judge about this because if this is a once in a blue moon thing, that's something that we can take care of, okay? I don't think this is a pattern. I don't think you're, you know, if you were the type to drive an ice cream truck around the elementary school, that's one thing, right? But this is something where, you know, it's internet, okay? But, you know, your toes are a little bit dipped in the water, and we want to get you out of that water, right? But, I mean, work with me on this. This isn't me versus you. This is us together figuring this out, getting you separated from this type of crap, okay? So, truly, like, what could have been said?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm being honest. I have no clue what could have been said.
I see a dick in your future. I see a dick.
I've got a bad memory.
I see a dick in your future. Dick.
I don't know.
Okay. Adam, I don't want to play the phone call for you, man. So we have a phone call with your voice, your face, and everything on it, man.
I don't remember being on call with anybody. I call a lot of. I'm on call with a lot of people. I don't remember being on call with that.
With who?
Anybody.
Okay. You're on call with a lot of people from Facebook?
Not necessarily Facebook, but I have friends that I'm on call with a lot on like Discord. Snapchat.
Okay, what about Facebook? Like, who calls you on there?
I think I've got like one friend that calls me on Facebook.
What's their name?
I don't really know their real name. I think on Facebook it's like Max something. That's it.
Got it. So yeah, there's not a lot of Facebook call logs from you to other people. It was, maybe there's one other person, maybe it could be that Max guy, but there is, I believe, 2 to just Ariel. I think maybe she called you though.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a smelly shit.
So here we said on your end, if I get too flirty, let me know, unless you want me to be flirty. She said okay. And here we said, how's your day so far, sweetie? She said, it's good, how about you? And you said, could be better, but I don't have anyone to hang with. She said, all sad, yeah. Like, are you like kind of lonely and stuff, like honestly?
I'm being honest, kind of.
Okay. Do you have like any female friends you hang out with in person?
No.
Okay. How many people from the New Jersey area have talked to you on Facebook? Whether they're adults, not adults, whatever, just like females, yeah, I mean.
As far as I can remember, nobody.
Okay, besides her.
That's what it says, yeah, besides her.
Besides her, okay. She said, too bad you're so young and too far away. She said, hello, I'm far away. And he said, I think so, never mind, it's a 30-minute drive. She said, haha. Do you drive at all?
No.
Okay. And you said, but still, I don't think anyone would be okay with you hanging out with someone my age. She said, oh, haha, why? And he said, you're 12, correct? She said, yeah. He said, I'm 23. Oh, now do you understand? Okay, then. So what kind of separates you from, a lot of other people that could be messaging someone like her is you actually have responsibility, you say that, you're too young for this stuff, and all that. I think at some point you just got a little bit carried away for a day or two, and then